time I hear you whisper to me that you never would leave me be. I can feel my body echoing for you now.
Do you know what you do to me? It's like a fantasy, I wanna never leave. But isn't it a little funny that you're the one controlling me?
Welcome back to Seduce Me. With absolutely no music, which is bugging me. Yes, I wish you're okay. Okay. Anyway, welcome back to this game here. I was goofing around on Bandicam, and I found the webcam button. That's gonna be fun. I'm known to make the best facial expressions, especially during sex. It's a thing. So, it's gonna be weird though, because I usually turn my light off when playing. Now it's blaring in my eyes. But, here we go anyway. I'll just pretend you're not even on. That's fine. Surprisingly, the rest of the school day went off without another incident. I went to my classes, had lunch, and was anxious to get home. As the bell rang for school to end, I felt my phone vibrate in my pocket. Huh? A text from Dad? Dun. I'll be picking you up today. Make sure you are ready to go when I get there. I got a Skype message. Whatever. Ignore it. It's kind of a surprise. I quickly headed back to my locker and got my things before waiting for Naomi and Suzu.
Hey, are you ready to go?
Actually, my dad's picking me up.
Really? Okay, I guess that kind of makes sense. We'll drive home together next time. Tell your dad that we've got you covered from now on.
Will do. Don't worry about it. Also, I want to show off that I'm wearing... It's not only that, but... Got it. Give it to me. Showing off my sweatshirt, too. I got a nice little sweatshirt to go with it. Yep. $50. Goodbye, paycheck. It was nice knowing you, Skype. Go away. Give me a second. Oh, for the love of all that's good and holy, I'm back. Yeah, right, totally. Even while I laughed, something didn't seem right. My dad texted me to say this. Was he going to pick me up? Had I done something wrong? I didn't know. I just didn't know. I waved goodbye to Naomi and Susie before heading off to the usual spot where my dad picks me up. I took the time to listen to my music while I waited. I needed to go to another Rise of the Phoenix concert. Eventually, I had played the entire album with no one showing up. What the hey? Dad's never late, especially not this late. I quickly dialed my dad's number again, but as soon as I pressed call, it disconnected and read a signal disconnection error message. What the hey? No signal error. How do I not have signal? I double-checked my phone and saw all 5 bars for signal. He must be in a dead zone. Before I could finish, a group of hands grabbed at my hands and feet, covered my mouth. I screamed into the hand over my mouth, struggling to pull away from the hands grabbing at my limbs. It felt disgusting and scary feeling their hands on me. They needed to stop.
Hey!
I just want to mention,
Don't dirty up Melix's prey.
I usually never have my bangs up. I just want to tell a story real quick. I take a shower in the morning, right? I don't own a hairdryer. What I do own is a heating vent. I need to dry my hair in the morning. Stick your hair in the heating vent. Okay, don't stick my hair in the heating vent, but stick my head down where the heating vent is to dry my hair. Whilst doing that, my bangs dried outwards. Doing it that way. And then when I brushed them, they were sticking straight out. So, I decided, hey, why not wear our bangs back for a day? And I had to hairspray it because there were little pieces trying to get free. But then when I took it out tonight to do that, my hair just kind of stuck. So that's a problem. That's a slight problem. Sorry, I had to fix my bangs back to the way they were. Hopefully they are. I actually have no idea. Click. The voice which sent a fearful shiver down my spine and whispered into my ear.
You're coming with me, Miss Anderson.
I couldn't fathom what was happening, but before I knew it, I was blindfolded and my limbs were quickly tied up. I felt myself being carried somewhere and was shoved into something that echoed the interior of a bus or van. The doors closed and off I was taken, unsure where I was going and why. All I knew was that I was in trouble. All I saw was darkness. I felt numb, and I was numb as I was taken to the place I didn't know of. I couldn't even move my limbs to scream. Sounds zipped past my ears, first of the interior of the car, then the outside, then the echoey space with the whispers and cackles of people vibrating through it. However, the wrap around my eyes was eventually removed from my face, and my bonds were cut. It took a while for my eyes to adjust, but I found myself in a warehouse surrounded by devils. I just want to say... Okay, my camera's mirrored, so... You can't see my mouse either. On the left-hand side, the graffiti says, POWER! POWER! Just want to say that. I love the graffiti in this warehouse. Did I read that already? Surrounded by devils, including Max, who was smirking at me.
Nicely done! I'm sure those little shits will come running to find you when they realize you didn't return to your precious little mansion. They'll search everywhere for you.
Reminds me of the time that they did find me and they had, like, a police siren. One was wearing a police siren on their head. Yelled the police. Okay, it was funnier in the video. Mouse walked over and set the barrel of his gun against the skin between my eyes.
It'll be so funny when they find your dead body instead.
Oh, but darling, that's not how it's gonna work. It's a cat. My mating call. Oh, fuck it. There we go. It's a cat. I like it better than what was James's? Oh, Ray Shroud! Oh. All of a sudden, a bright purple light engulfed the room, causing the devils around me to cover themselves. What the hey? Gusts of wind rushed past me, almost forcing me back, covered my face with my arms, bracing myself and standing my ground. I tried to peek through my arms to see what was going on, but the light continued to shine brightly. Is that a song? Or that's the lyric of a song? As the gust slowly started to die, the light began to fade. And so did my voice, apparently. Revealing Matthew with his hands shoved in his pockets and his hood up. Just a demon. Just a demon. Just an army of demon mice. Squirrels with little knives. I know I'm on camera, so I'm like doing these hand motions. Whatever. As the gust slowly started to die, the light began to fade, revealing Matthew with his hands shoved in his pockets and his hood up. I just grabbed something for a little skit I'm going to do in a minute. Shit, never mind, I can't. I realized that already happened. When we summoned Matthew, I was gonna throw a Pokemon at the screen. Pokemon card at the screen, just go, I summon you. I choose you. Don't ask why I have Pokemon cards. Matthew! I can't pick up the Pokemon card! Malk slowly moved his arms from his face, taking in the sight of Matthew before laughing hysterically.
Are you kidding me? You summoned the crybaby runt?
But darling, they always manage to kick your ass. Arse. Whatever. Malk's laugh was cut short, however, stopped by his gasp of pain and the thud of something embedding itself into flesh. I couldn't believe it, but somehow a knife had been stabbed into Malk's shoulder, causing him to grip in pain.
What the hell? A knife?
He sounds so casual about it, like, whoa. Whoa, did you just throw a knife at me, bro?
Next time, I won't miss your throat.
Hopefully my face is not getting in the way of this, but... But... That's like Assassin's Creed bullshit up in here is what it is. Very pretty. I'd use that as a thumbnail if I didn't already have one. Malk stopped before ripping the knife out of his shoulder and tossing it to the ground. He quickly raised his gun and shot at Matthew, resulting only to stare wide-eyed at his target. In midair, a knife and Malk's bullet clashed and both collided at the ground between the demon and the devil. Matthew chuckled and pulled a hand out of his pocket, revealing a handful of knives laid out like a fan.
Too slow, Malix. Must suck being an old fart.
The cool atmosphere is gone now.
Yo, fart!
Max instantly grew furious, charging at Max while shooting rounds at Matthew's shadow-covered face. Matthew followed suit, rushing backwards and shot his knives at each of Malk's shots. Each shot was stopped by a flying knife, making multiple clangs beat through the air. Reading's a thing. The remaining devils stared, trying to figure out what to do. Help Malx or watch in silence. Just be the golf audience, like, he shoots, he deflects. Nice try. And if you ever played the Wii and you play like the golf and you get and the ball gets close to the hole and the audience that you cannot see goes and then the ball misses, it just goes be that kind of audience. Be that dick. Eris, however, walked up beside me and crossed her arms as she watched with an amused smirk on her face. As Matthew backed into the far wall, he stood tossing knife upon knife at the incoming devils and bullets.
Gotcha, you knife-throwing circus freak!
That sounded gross. I saw a smirk grow on Matthew's face before he hopped up and flipped over Malix. The devil skidded to stop, barely bumping against the brick wall. Matthew, however, didn't give Malix a chance to turn before shooting multiple knives into Malix's back.
Bye-bye, Malix.
Bye-bye! Matthew tossed the knife into the air and caught it before chuckling at it. Chucking. Oh, look at this knife, it's so fucking funny. Chucking it at the back of Malix's head. The knife sadly didn't get to meet its target as Malix ducked out of the way and turned to face Matthew with a face of pure rage.
You little shit! You think you're all that?
You little shit.
Matthew brought out another knife and tossed it up and down in his hand, unchanged in his cool yet almost playful expression.
Little known fact, I just like having fun.
That's a load of bull, Matthew. You're even fighting your demon form. Why? Are you afraid I'll kill you as the demon scum you really are?
Demon form. Didn't understand. We've been through this, what, 4 times? Wait. James. Eric. Sam. No, 3 times. But still. Matthew broke my thoughts from trying to figure that out.
Hey, mind closing your eyes for me?
Sure, but it's really hard to read like that. Huh?
What are you babbling about now?
Before I could answer, the tension suddenly went from warm to almost ice cold. Then at that moment, something in the air changed. The air instantly went from frantic to still in energy. What could have been described in a tone as a color of red quickly turned into a deadly mist of purple and blue as everything began to blend together all at once.
You asked for it, Malix! Now you're gonna get it!
Super Saiyan, bitch.
My eyes never strayed from Matthew's face, however. Even as it changed, his eyes began to glow a bright golden color as a dark blue circle formed underneath Matthew's bare feet. Wait, he's not wearing shoes? Why? I stared at Matthew's skin. As Matthew's skin began to morph and shift, changing from human to something else. For some reason, I was both scared and incredibly intrigued to see this new form. Before I was allowed to see Matthew's new form, however, my foot is constantly tapping to this music and it is annoying me so much. However, a pair of hands quickly covered my eyes. Instinctively, I reached up and gripped them, trying to pull them off. The voice stopped me.
It's me. Don't look.
I listened carefully and let the last 2 words linger in my mind. Don't look. Just think. Why, what was being hidden from me? I wanted to know, but something told me to obey Damien's command. Something told me we'll be obeying. I can't say obeying and Damien at the same time. Obeying Damien's command sometime in the near future. There we go! I suddenly heard gunshots make me tense up, but then I heard the sound of multiple stabs followed by Malix's scream of pain, and stabbing and splashing sounds of blood. The flesh grew more frantic in number. Flesh grew? How many knives was Matthew using? Wow. Put a word that's not there. Maybe it was better that I wasn't able to see.
Matthew, enough!
He's dead! Almost instantly after James's command, the sound stopped. The only thing anyone could hear was the dripping of blood.
I guess I went a little overboard.
Just a tad, baby.
Malix is definitely dead, but you've lost your glamour spell.
This Max is just this pool of ground beef now. Well, not beef because it's not cow, but meat. Glamour spell, what did he mean? Why did Matthew sound so different? Why was this being hidden from me?
It's a spell that makes us look human.
Can you, like, mind your own business? I froze. Look human. They didn't have human forms after all. What did they look like?
Like demons.
Yeah, well, we look at that. That's a fair. Eric knew what Damien was talking about. Eric cleared his throat and spoke up, followed by the sound of a cork popping out of a bottle.
Well, not for much longer, Princess. Here, Matthew.
Oh, hey, you found my potion. Thanks.
So much stuff on my desk. I could hear the small clinking of glass being passed before hearing Matthew guzzle down a liquid of some sort. The feel of the air around me gently began to warm back up, insinuating that everything had been returned to normal. Finally, Damien moved his hands from my eyes, allowing me to see around me once again. The devils, including Eris, had fled. On top of Max's body was a dirty sheet that was quickly turning red from blood. The wall behind it was painted in blood, still dripping on the floor. Oh, the blanket. That blanket looked like it was covering a mound of dirt instead of body. See, it was right. The boys, however, had gathered around me, all of them including Matthew, looking like nothing had happened. Yeah, well, you know. Typical day in the life of a demon. Guys, there's dead but I tried to speak, but everything zipped around in my head. At the holy event, and I felt like speaking wasn't possible.
Let's just get you home, miss. There's nothing more to see here.
I was stretching. Just saying. I could only nod. What had happened boggled my mind to the point of disbelief. I was second-guessing everything, lost in a sea of what, how, and when. As we walked out of the warehouse, I looked to Matthew for some sort of sign that I wasn't dreaming. Matthew rubbed the back of his neck, walking forward, as if to get away from what had happened. I would want to, too. The police would be there awful fast. It was over. Max was gone, and the boys were finally safe. A wave of relief ran through my body at the thought of never having to deal with the group again. At the same time, a ping of realization hit the back of my mind. The boys were... Why is my foot still tapping? The boys were only going to stay until after Max was defeated. That was our deal. As we approached home, I could feel something heavy way down in my heart. It was late, but the boys led me inside and turned on the lights in the lobby.
Finally, we can relax.
Alright. So I get to pick one of you.
It will be good to have some rest without devils breathing down our necks.
I'm just tired. Can I hit the hay early?
And what did you do, Sam? What did you... You didn't have one line in that whole scene. Not one. For all I know, you stayed here.
I think some sleep would be good for all of us.
Or camera's mirrored, so... Just glaring at this roll of tissues. I looked at Damien, knowing that he could read my mind, and frowned. I didn't want him to know about my thoughts on the situation. Yep, that sounds great. Let's go. I wanted to just end tonight. Too much had happened, and I felt dizzy just trying to figure it out. However, Damien had to speak up because he has a big fucking mouth, stopping all of us from moving.
Should we be gone in the morning?
How about just you? The air became still with tension. You're all saying, but Damien's star is so sad. How could you say that? You're gonna love Damien by the time you're done with him. I know. All that I know about Damien is that his mother was not part of the kingdom. Is what I think. It was... They told me? They told me? Yeah. The air became still with tension. The realization of the situation hit the boys like a wave, forcing them to turn to me in curiosity. I'm just moving my mouse so I can click instead. Where's my mouse? Oh god, there it is. They had remembered their deal, and were now waiting for me to decide their fate. I gulped, face to face with the reality of the situation. The boys were leaving it up to me. They looked like they were willing to accept whatever I demanded. It was only fair, though, after all that had happened. My mouse was covering Matthew's eyes, and it looked really weird. I looked to Matthew, feeling my heart flutter in my chest. I didn't want him to leave, but would he ask to stay? I hoped that he would say no and ask me to stay longer. That he would say, what? As if he knew what I wanted, Matthew moved and stepped to me, taking my hands in his. He gently smiled at me and spoke.
I want you to know that you've been really generous to us. And I want to thank you for letting us stay here. But is it okay if we stay a little longer?
Oh, can't I just adopt you? My heart skipped while a large red blush ran across my cheeks. I'm more into the Eric types, honestly. The boys stared at Matthew while... Oh god, I just realized what the sex scene gonna be like with him. Stared at Matthew wide-eyed, but didn't care to speak out. That's gonna be fucking fantastic for me. Matthew stepped back to give me space, returning to where he was. Moved my gaze across each boy, trying to make a decision. If they left in the morning, I would never see them again, and my life could get back to normal with this fucking thing out of my eye. Jesus. And then life could return to normal. If I did decide to let them go, that would have been for the best. No goodbyes, no delays. But did I want to? They had done so much for me in such a small amount of time. Whoa! Whoa, we don't want to click that. Whoa! Whoa! I wanted them to stay. Wanted him to stay. I could be an actress. I merely smiled, staring at the man I had come to feelings for. Love. Before speaking at last. I would love if y'all could stay. Or just Matthew and the rest of you can leave. The boys cheered tiredly, but nonetheless enthusiastically. Stop. With the Skype messages, please. I giggled at the sight. It was cute to see everyone so excited, despite the tiredness that ran equally through our bodies. Did that Skype message cover my face? I wonder. Because I realize mine's in that corner. My home is your home. This is my land. This land is as long as you can still help with me with chores. The boys nodded in unison, agreeing to the terms and services I had set for them. Despite the good situation, I felt myself slowly slipping into unconsciousness. However, James quickly clapped his hands together, getting everyone's attention and waking me up, making sure I didn't pass out on the floor.
All right, everyone. We're all very tired, so let's head to bed, shall we?
Yes, Mom.
Oh! Yeah, sleep is actually a thing.
Right.
We've had a very long day, but it will be good to just relax tonight and tomorrow.
Sleep sounds really good right now.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, bruh. Rusky, bruh. I watched happy smile grow on Matthew's lips. He shared my excitement, knowing that we would be together longer. And bleh, there is no and there. Who knew how long we would stay together? All I cared about was I would be with him. That I would be with him. Hello there, darling. You're cute. The others quickly left, finally rest, leaving me and Matthew alone at last. My heart fluttered a bit as Matthew practically skipped closer to me in excitement. It was really cute to see him that way, so I didn't do anything but smile.
Thank you so much for letting us stay.
You're dating a kid. You're welcome. Matthew, I'm happy to have you stay here. I watched his smile brighten a bit before he cleared his throat and chuckled a bit. My nose is being a dick. 1 second. All's good. I didn't know if it was the tiredness or my growing attachment to him, but I'd felt myself sway a bit on my feet. However, Matthew's face made it clear that he wanted to say something else, making me forget that my bed was also calling for me.
Listen.
My true love.
About what happened at the warehouse.
I'm breaking up with you. My bed's my true love. Why is it whenever I do that, my eyes friggin' water? So sad. It's a true love story, really. No, it's fine. You did what you had to. I understand. Not really, but whatever. I accepted everything that happened and knew that Matthew had to do what he had to do. He was real. Yes, he was real. And he was someone I didn't want to be without, even if that meant nodding against my curiosity. Besides, I was too tired to explore the memory further. Matthew nodded before holding a hand out to me.
Come on, then. Let's get you to bed.
Didn't everybody else carry me bridal style up the stairs? I just realized I'm very hungry. Oh my god. But you seem a little too small. I don't know, he just seems kiddish. I nodded before Matthew gently lifted me up into his arms, okie dokie, like a bride, and carried me to my room. I didn't want to leave his arms, leaning my head against Matthew's chest, but eventually I was slowly lowered in my bed and covered with my bed covers. Covered with my bed covers. How does this thing work? I was still in my school clothes, but I was too tired to strip or care. I looked I looked to Matthew, fighting a yawn from escaping me as he gently ran a hand over my hair.
Have a good night, okay? I'll make breakfast again in the morning.
How about breakfast now? I'm hungry. I nodded with a tired smile before watching him slowly stand and leave my room, closing the door. A wave of happiness washed over me as I laid in bed. I made a good choice. Sure, it would be hard, but I could tell that I would be able to manage it. Help around the house and being with a man who I was slowly starting to fall for would be worth it. I slowly felt my exhaustion take over. I let sleep consume me as I drifted into darkness in my mind. Everything was peaceful. Everything was happy. Not wrong, bitch! Gotta love that good old.
You are an interesting creature.
I hate dealing with you. Oh, hey, look at that. My recording's at 26 minutes. Oh, looks like it's time to leave.